As all of you can see, our dignitaries have already arrived. We would be seeking their presence on the stage. Honorable Deputy CM of Odisha, who happens to be the Minister of Tourism, Women and Child Development, Mission Sakti, Madam Prabhati Parida. Honorable Minister, Government of Odisha, Oriya Language, Literature, Culture, Sports, Youth Affairs and Higher Education, Higher Secondary Education, Sri Suraj Suryabansi. Honorable Minister, along with other dignitaries, would be coming inside. And first of all, we will lighten the lamp. We will seek the divine blessings of Guru Padmasambhava. Thereafter, the stage program will be started. Can I request all of you, the kind of discipline, cooperation you have shown in these days, in every occasion, please do come and take your respective seats. I would be humbly requesting all senior monks who are taking part in this international conference, do come and join us. Please take your seats. I can see many of the empty places. If we have someone who can actually communicate in the language which is convenient for others, मैं आग्रह करूंगी सभी सन्यासीगण आके अपनी अपनी जगह पे बैठ जाएं। मैं सभी से विनम्र अनुरोध करती हूँ, कृपया खाली स्थानों पे आके बैठ जाएं। खाली चौपाई आपके इंतज़ार में है। आप लोग जितना जल्दी बैठ जाएंगे उतना जल्दी we can start this program. Already dignitaries are coming towards the stage. Honorable DCM, Honorable Minister have already arrived inside the venue. I'll be requesting everyone to please come and sit inside. Let you sit comfortably. This entire program arrangement and this international conference is made for all of you. As per the schedule, we would be first seeking the divine blessings of Guru Padmasambhava by lighting the auspicious lamp as per the ritual. All our senior gurus, venerable sanghas, respected elders, distinguished guests, scholars, practitioners, dear friends from across the world, thank you for your kind presence, participation. International Buddhist Conference on Guru Padmasambhava is about to begin. If we can have the presence of more number of practitioners, believers, who are the true ambassadors of Buddhism, I request everyone to please come and sit inside. May I request everyone to please come and join us inside. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, dignitaries are proceeding inside the tented area where we can see the holy statue of Guru Padmasambhava. We would be starting the international conference by seeking the divine blessings of Guru Padmasambhava by lighting the ceremonial lamp. With the music, all the arrangements have been done to begin this sacred occasion. Om Ahang Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hang. Honorable Deputy CM of Odisha, Madam Prabhati Parida, Honorable Minister, Government of Odisha, Sri Surat Suryavanshi sir, along with other dignitaries proceeding for the ceremonial lamp lighting. Let us join our hands in folding gesture. Guru Padmasambhava, who is revered as the second Buddha and the torch bearer of Vajrayana Buddhism, who is deeply connected to this land of enlightenment. Recent scholarly discourse, archaeological findings, and spiritual traditions increasingly point towards Odisha as the ancient Udyana, the spiritual homeland of Guru Padmasambhava. We are ready for this collective offering, an offering of prayers, aspirations, and compassionate intent for the peace of the world and the liberation of all sentient beings. Organized by the Light of Buddha Dharma Foundation International and supported by the Department of Tourism in association with Odia Language, Literature, Culture Department, Government of Odisha. District Administration, Jajpur. This gathering marks a historic spiritual milestone for India and the global Buddhist community. We will be now welcoming our dignitaries on the dais. A round of applause may we expect for the chief guest of this sacred occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Minister of Women and Child Development, Mission Shakti and Tourism, Government of Odisha, Madam Prabhati Parida. Guest of Honor, Honorable Minister, Odia Language, Literature, Culture, Higher Education, Youth and Sports Affairs Department, Government of Odisha, Sri Surat Suryavanshi. Honorable MLA Barchana, Sri Amar Kumar Naik. We have the presence of Director Tourism IAS Sri Deepankar Mahapatra, Collector and District Magistrate Jajpur Sri Amber Kumar Kar, Executive Director LBDFI Dr. Wangmo Dikse, Ex-Director Dr. Richard Dikse. We also have the presence of His Excellency Jigme Rinpoche, KG Dorji Rinpoche, Dr. Richard Dikse, Professor Purna Chandra Mallik, Dr. Subrat Kumar Prusti, LBDFI Odisha representatives, Lama Tenjin Samfel, Shri Kempo Chopel, Norway, Dr. Frederick Murunwal, Shri Prabir Kumar Patnayak, Dr. Anita Sabar, Shri Rahul Ravi Rao, and other dignitaries gracing the dais. As per the rituals, as per the belief, we will first welcoming our dignitaries on the dais. I would be humbly requesting, please put your hands together for Ms. Wangmo Dixie. I request her to kindly welcome Deputy Chief Minister of Odisha, Madam Prabhati Parida, with a bouquet. We have been witnessing many sacred ceremonies, rituals from January 11th. We also welcome Honorable Minister, Government of Odisha, Sri Surat Suryavanshi sir, with a fresh flower bouquet and a welcome cloth. I request Director Tourism, Shri Dipankar Mahapatra sir, to kindly welcome Honorable MLA Barchana, Shri Amar Kumar Naik sir. I also request him to kindly welcome. We have the presence of Honorable Collector and District Magistrate Jajpur, Shri Ambar Kumar Kar. May I now request Director Tourism and Collector sir to kindly welcome other dignitaries present on the dais with a fresh flower bouquet. The Diamond Triangle, Ratnagiri, Udayagiri and Lalitagiri stands as a monumental testimony to Odisha's contribution to Mahayana and Vajrayana Buddhism. These sacred sites not only shaped Buddhist philosophy, but also served as vibrant centers of learning, spiritual transmission, and cultural exchange. This international conference, which is about to begin, is envisioned as a historic convergence of scholars, historians, administrators, cultural custodians to revisit, rediscover, and reaffirm Odisha's rightful place in global Buddhist history, while also strengthening cultural tourism, heritage conservation, and international dialogue. Again, a round of applause for Department of Tourism, Government of Odisha, Department of Odia Language, Literature, Culture Department, Government of Odisha, and of course the Foundation LBDFI for bringing together academic rigor and spiritual depth. As a symbol of respect, token of gratitude, we are spiritual leaders who have traveled from the world and have made it today, marking this auspicious beginning of this international conference about the sacred values of Guru Padmasambhava. Ladies and gentlemen, we will officially begin this, and I would be requesting ex-director LBDFI Richard Dixie to kindly offer the welcome speech. Over to Richard Dixie. I'd be requesting Ms. Wangmo Dixie for the welcome speech.
Respected Deputy Chief Minister of Odisha, Honorable Minister of Culture, distinguished scholars, Venerable Sangha members, esteemed guests, and dear friends. With deep reverence and heartfelt joy, I warmly welcome you all to the second Guru Padmasambhava Conference here in the sacred land of Udagiri, one of the most luminous jewels of India's ancient Buddhist heritage. To gather jewels of India's ancient Buddhist heritage, to gather in such a place where history, devotion, and scholarship converge is both a privilege and a profound blessing. Today we stand on ancestral ground, once alive with footsteps of great masters, monastics, and seekers. Udagiri, along with Ratnagiri and Lalitgiri, forms the Diamond Triangle, a constellation of wisdom that has shaped the very foundations of Vajrayana and carried its radiance far beyond the borders of India. At the heart of this sacred landscape rises the legacy of Guru Padmasambhava, the great master whose life and teachings carried the Dharma from India to the Himalayas and beyond. This conference is not only an academic gathering, it is a homecoming of understanding, a return to this Vajrayana heritage. Dharma Foundation International, we offer our deepest gratitude to the Deputy Chief Minister of Odisha and the Honorable Minister of Culture for their extraordinary support, vision, and commitment. Your leadership has made it possible for us to revive these sacred sites, to welcome thousands of pilgrims, and to reawaken a chapter of history that belongs but to the entire world. Your steadfast encouragement has allowed this program to flourish, from the recitation of Guru Rinpoche's life to the scholarly sessions and cultural offerings we will experience together. We also extend a very warm thanks to the Ministry of Tourism, the District Administration, and to all our partner institutions whose dedication has helped to bring this event to life. At a time when the world seeks meaning, peace, and inspiration, Odisha is offering something truly rare, a return to origins, a revival of wisdom hidden in plain sight, and an invitation for global Buddhist communities to rediscover the heartland of Vajrayana, illuminate Guru Padmasambhava, and strengthen the bond between Sambhava, and strengthen the bond between scholarship, devotion, and a cultural renewal. Thank you for all of your cultural renewal. Thank you for all of you who have come here today, your devotion and your readiness to walk alongside us in this sacred rediscovery. May the blessings of Guru Padmasambhava fill these days with clarity, courage, and compassion, with profound, deepest respect and warmest greetings. Now I would like to invite my husband, Dr. Richard Dixie, who will begin the program.
Dear Honourable Deputy Chief Minister, Dear Honourable Deputy Chief Minister, distinguished guests, Rinpoches, lamas, monks, nuns, as many of you may know, the Light of Buddha Dharma Foundation International, of which Wangmo and I are of the Buddhist culture of India. The motherland of the Dharma is particularly rich in Buddhist remains, with tens of thousands of Buddhist sites spread all over the country. Of particular importance to this history and legacy is the state of Odisha, citing both the place where Buddhism as a pan-Indian tradition began in Dhauli, where the Emperor Ashoka decided to abandon his attempts to subjugate the people of Kalinga and rather pursue a path of peace, and to the multiple monastic sites still so prominent in the region, where large-scale Buddhist practice remained intact until at least the 14th century. Many say the Dharma never left India. And if this is the case, the people of Odisha must be some of the people who kept the tradition alive. Now, whilst the early tradition of Buddhism is well represented and studied, with the great sites of pilgrimage associated with the life of the Buddha, undergoing a great visitation and interest. And the Mahayana tradition is also prominent, with the University of Nalanda and the Pali centers in Sarnath, accorded international recognition and attention. The long tantric period of Indian Buddhist culture has not received the same attention. Again, it is here that the extraordinarily important culture of Odisha plays a critical role. Not only were the place from which India Buddhist culture spread widely to Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Bali, but the culture of Odisha was the cradle from which the tantric period in India took form. Many of the Mahasiddhas, the key progenitors of late-state Tantrism, and it may well be that the greatest Mahasiddha of them all, Guru Padmasambhava himself, has strong ties to the region. It's particularly fitting therefore, that in the heart of a prayer festival to honor the great Guru, a conference like this is being held. The logic behind the conference is simple. Wangmo and I reached out to speakers with the request to speak on two themes. On day one, that's today, we will concentrate on information specific to the evidence that have been born here. And on the second day, we will concentrate on the central role Odisha played in tantric history in general, and the extension of Indian culture overseas with the development of maritime Asia, which also came from. The second topic is not controversial. I think I should finish with a brief comment about the first. Why is the history of Padmasambhava in Odisha of such importance? A majority of our information about Guru Padmasambhava comes at present from records preserved by the Tibetans, since Padmasambhava collaborated with Nalanda abbot Shankarachita and the Emperor Tristan Dirtsen to establish Buddhist culture in the Lhasa Valley. Of course, many other Indian panditas and masters collaborated in this great effort, but Padmasambhava also brought the tradition of Mahayoga, the first of the inner tantras, to Tibet. However, the tradition of the innermost tantra, that of Ati Yoga, also came to Tibet in the early period, transmitted by Prahivajra, Garab Dorji, and expanded by Vimalamitra. Now, both Garab Dorji and Padmasambhava were said to come from Odi, place of flowers. And in the early period of formal archaeological scholars concluded that this must be, as so many tantric remains are to be found in this region. However, with the translation of the Tibetan traveler Pel in the 13th century, which describe a trip to Odiyana and clearly traces a journey to the western Himalayan region of Kashmir and Swat Valley, a region also visited by the Chinese pilgrim Xuanzang, opinion shifted that this Swat Valley must be the place where Padmasambhava originated. This is now the consensus opinion amongst most scholars. The problem is that Kashmir and Swat, whilst containing many early stupas and some Mahayana dharanis, has no evidence of tantric statues or iconography. A solution to this puzzle could be simple. Perhaps there are two places of flowers, one associated with Garab Dorji in Swat Valley, and the other with Guru Padmasambhava here in Odisha. In any case, we hope that by establishing this conference, seeking to publish annual proceedings of the talks and encouraging new speakers and more information to come forward, we will throw further light on the importance of Odisha in the growth, flowering and transmission of Buddhist India for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Richard Dixie. Thank you for reminding us about the shared values, and thank you for mentioning about the objectives of this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, moving ahead, dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries of the dais, venerable Sangha members and everyone, we have compiled a very beautiful video which will let you know about the journey of Buddhism, the roots, how it has been started in Odisha and spreading across the world. Let's have a look on the same console. Can we play the video, please?
Knew him as Emperor Ashoka. The cosmos knew him only as a child, a young seeker who offered the Buddha a simple handful of dust with nothing to quiet devotion. You sense it in Udayagiri and Ratnagiri, monastic citadels where the air still hums with the memory of chants, meditation, and compassionate thought. Past, for Buddhism continues to breathe in. A sanctuary of Buddhist tradition, its grand monastery, a living vessel of meditation, learning, and harmony. Here, young monks study the Dharma, and prayer flags ripple gently with the breath of compassion as the timeless teachings of the Tathagata find new voices and new hearts. In Odisha, the walls still whisper compassion. The sculptures still hold the posture of meditation. The hills still glow. Cultural legacy that India has gifted to Southeast Asia, with Kalinga playing a pivotal role across history. This is not merely a land of monuments, it lives on. Hold the Dharma with gentle strength, a place where truth is not only remembered but renewed with every mindful breath. Today, Odisha bows in reverence to the Buddha, to the Sangha, to the Dharma that continues to guide the world toward peace. For though the Enlightened One was born near Bodh Gaya, the Dharma blossomed in the regions of Odisha, the ancient land of Kalinga, and flowed onward to Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia, carrying the message of compassion across oceans and eras. May all who walk this ancient pilgrimage feel the serenity that once transformed a king, and may Odisha remain a sanctuary for those who seek the path of peace. We warmly invite Buddhist travelers to experience Odisha's sacred Buddhist legacy, a land where the Dharma and peace opens its doors to all.
Thank you so much, Government of Odisha, Department of Tourism, for this beautiful video. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would be humbly requesting Director of Tourism, Sri Dipankar Mahapatra, for his valuable address.
Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Guest of Honor, respected monks, spiritual leaders, eminent distinguished delegates, esteemed dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to warmly welcome you all to Odisha, and the second, on behalf of the Department of Tourism, Government of Odisha, I extend our sincere greetings to the revered monks, scholars, practitioners, and delegates who have joined us from across India from different parts of the world. We are deeply honored by the gracious presence of our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and Minister for Women and Child Development, Mission Shakti and Tourism, Srimati Prabhati Parida ma'am here. Our Honorable Minister for Odia Language, Literature and Culture, Higher Education, Sports and Youth Service, Sri Surjavanshi Suraj Shah on this occasion. Sri Honorable Barchana, Sri Amar Kumar Naik Sir, Sri Ambar Kumar Kar, Collector and District Magistrate, Jajpur. Professor Purnachandra Malik, Sri Dr. Subrat Kumar Pusti, LBDFI, DFI, Odisha representative, and all distinguished dignitaries present here today. Your presence lends great significance to the important spiritual and scholarly. The second Padma Sambhav ceremony is not only a celebration of history and faith, but also a reflection of our collective commitment to preserving and promoting Buddhist heritage in a manner that is respectable, inclusive, and forward-looking. We hope that the chanting, deliberation, and spiritual session will deepen our understanding, foster collaboration, and strengthen bonds within the global Buddhist community. The international conference holds special importance as it brings together spiritual practice, academic discourse, on a single platform. It provides an opportunity to reflect on the enduring legacy of Guru Padma Sambhav, to highlight Odisha's profound contribution to Buddhist history, thoughts, sacred sites such as the Diamond Triangle of Ratnagiri, Udayagiri, and Lalitgiri, along with Dhauli and Jirang. The conference also offers a valuable space for scholars and practitioners to engage in meaningful dialogue on the sacred history, transmission, and living legacy of Vajrayana Buddhism. Odisha tourism is firmly committed to developing Buddhist tourism as a key pillar of cultural and spiritual tourism in the state. We are working towards a structured and sustainable growth plan that emphasizes holistic site development, improved connectivity, enhanced visitor infrastructure, interpretation and learning centers, Buddhist destination. Our vision is to position Odisha as an integral part of national and international Buddhist circuit, offering pilgrims and scholars a seamless, enriching and authentic spiritual experience. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to our guests, participants, and I wish the conference and ceremony every success. Namo Buddhaya, Namaskar.
धन्यवाद निर्देशक महोदय, पर्यटन विभाग। अभी आप सभी से आग्रह करूंगी, वे स्वागत करेंगे माननीय मंत्री उड़िया भाषा, साहित्य, संस्कृति, उच्च शिक्षा विभाग, युवा क्रीड़ा विभाग, उड़ीसा सरकार, श्री सूर्यवंशी सूरज महोदय अपना अभिभाषण रखेंगे।
I would like to welcome Madam Deputy CM Srimati Prabhati Parida ji. I would like to welcome Honorable MLA of Barchana here to supervise how the arrangements are going on, how the guests are coming and how they are staying. Thank you, Sri Amar Kumar Naik. Thank you, Madam Prabhati Parida ji, for your kind support. Unless your support, it is not possible to arrange this kind of maverick festival here. I would like to welcome His Excellency Jigme Ringpoche, who knows everything about Odisha, who born in Odisha, who lives in Jirang, where we have the monastery in the name of Guru Padma Sambhav. I would like to Director of Tourism, Sri Ambar Kumar Kar, Collector and DM Jajpur, and the most awaited person who helped the government and who conveyed this idea with Tourism Department and with Culture Department, Dr. Wangmo Dixie, Executive Director, and her husband, Dr. Richard Dixie, and two of our representatives of And two of our representatives of LB, Professor Purnachandra Malik and Dr. Subrat Kumar Prushti, the connection of Guru Padmasambhav with, they were that much eager, they were that much arrange this kind of program and to arrange this kind of function. And I also like to thank from my heart Sri Prabir Kumar Patnaik, Dr. Anita Sabat, Sri Rahul Ravi Rao, because these people conveyed how Guru Padmasambhav or Master to Jharsuguda, the birthplace of Guru Padmasambhav, and how he got Mahanirvana in Udayagiri, how Guru Padmasambhav propelled the idea of Tantrayan in eastern part of India or in northeast part of India. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much for admitting. Thank you so much for adoring that Guru Padmasambhav was born in Odisha, and the people of Odisha loves to host the guest. The people of Odisha are very cordial to host the guest. I would like to thank the district administration to conduct this kind of arrangement, all the ambulance facility, all the medical facility, all the accommodation facility. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And at last, I would like to tell Guru Padmasambhava and his father, King Indrabhuti. As he was, Guru Padmasambhava was discovered sitting on a lotus. Lotus in Odia or in Sanskrit it is Padma. King Indrabhuti found Guru Padmasambhava sitting on a lotus flower in Dhanakosa lake. Now the Dhanakosa is called Dhanakouda of King Indrabhuti, later named his birthplace village as Padampur. And I would like to request all of you to visit that place also. It is only 8 to 10 hours by road from here. And it is now submerged in the Hirakud Dam. In summer, you can see the temple. The village goddess is also named Padmasini, after the name of Guru Padmasambhav. In summer, when the water level reduces, you can see that temple there that is named after Guru Padmasambhav. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming this time also.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, sir, for your kind words. नारी अब प्रतीक नहीं है सहनशीलता का, नारी आज पर्याय है नेतृत्व, निर्णय और निर्माण का. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure and pride to invite an icon of leadership, true symbol of empowered governance, who is taking care of 3 ministry and also playing a key role in building Samrit Odisha 2036, who happens to be our chief guest today. Please put your hands together for Honorable Deputy CM and Minister for Women and Child Development Mission Shakti Tourism, Government of Odisha, Madam Prabhati Parida, for her address.
Honorable Minister, Higher Education, Sports and Youth Services, Odia Language, Literature and Culture, my younger brother, Sri Suryavanshi Suraj, Honorable MLA Badachana, my co-colleague, my brother Amar Kumar Naik, जिलापाल जाजपुर अंबर कुमार कर महोदय, पर्यटन निर्देशक दीपंकर महापात्र महोदय, लाइट ऑफ बुद्ध धर्म फाउंडेशन रो चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव यांगमो डेस्के, बुद्धिस्ट स्कॉलर एची जिगमेड रिनपोचे, distinguished dignitaries, respected monks, spiritual leaders, eminent scholars, delegates, Professor Purnachandra Malik and Dr. Subrat Kumar Prusti, LVD FI Orissa representative, Dr. Frederick Moronval, Sri Pravir Kumar Patnaik, Dr. Anita Sabat, Sri Rahul Ravi Rao, Lama Tenjin Sampel, and the monks and the local representatives of Barchana and Jajpur, distinguished media persons, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense joy and deep sense of humility to welcome you all to Orissa for the second Guru Padma Sabha ceremony. I extend my heartfelt greetings to the revered monks, scholars, practitioners, and devotees who have traveled from across India and the world to be part of these sacred gatherings. Your presence today strengthens the spiritual bridge between Orissa and the global Buddhist community. Orissa is not merely a land of temples and monuments. It is a pilgrim place and the birthplace of Guru Padmasambhav. It is a land where spirituality has always guided development. As we move forward on the path of the Viksit Orissa, we firmly believe that true development is not measured only by physical infrastructure, but by inner harmony, cultural continuity, and inclusive growth. With this vision, Government of Orissa has embarked upon a comprehensive master plan for the holistic development of key Buddhist sites, with special focus on the Diamond Triangle, Ratnagiri, Udayagiri, and Lalitgiri, along with Dhauli and Jirang. This integrated approach combines heritage conservation, spiritual practice, modern infrastructure research, and community participation, ensuring development rooted in values. The Diamond Triangle of Odisha stands as one of the most significant Buddhist landscapes in South Asia. Archaeological discoveries, monasteries, stupas, inscriptions, and sacred relics establish Odisha as a flourishing center of Mahayana and Vajrayana Buddhism for centuries. Deeply connected with Buddhist networks across Asia, this glorious legacy fills up with pride and responsibility. Dhauli, associated with Emperor Ashok's embrace of Dhamma, symbolizes the triumph of compassion over violence. Jirang, home to one of the largest Tibetan settlements in eastern India, represents the living continuity of Buddhist culture, practice, and community life in Odisha today. It is within this sacred geography that we honor Guru Padmasambhava, Guru Rinpoche, whose teaching of wisdom, compassion, and inner transformation continued to guide humanity. This ceremony is not only devotional, it is a reaffirmation of Odisha's historic role in the spiritual journey of Vajrayan Buddhism across Asia. To keep these sacred spaces spiritually vibrant, the government of Odisha has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Light of Buddha Dharma Foundation International. This partnership will enable continuous chanting, meditation, and regular spiritual ceremonies, ensuring that these sites remain living centers of faith, not just monuments of the past. As part of our Vikasit Orissa vision, we are strengthening pilgrim connectivity and accessibility. We are exploring integration of Orissa's Buddhist circuit with Bodh Gaya, including the feasibility of a direct train service and enhancing air connectivity with Buddhist regions in India and abroad to promote pilgrimage and cultural exchange. At the heart of this development lies the local community. Through our homestay policy, families, especially in Jirang and surrounding regions, are becoming partners in progress, creating sustainable livelihoods while preserving cultural and authenticity. This is the development with dignity. We are also constituting an expert committee on Buddhist region development and promoting research collaborations and scholarships so that Orissa's Buddhist heritage receives the global academic recognition it truly deserves. Friends, in today's troubled world, the teaching of Guru Padma Sambhav, rooted the compassion, courage, and wisdom, offer timeless guidance for peace and coexistence. The second Guru Padma Sambhava ceremony beautifully integrated spiritual practice, scholarly dialogue, and cultural expression. I commend the organizers, monastic communities, scholars, and volunteers for their dedicated efforts. The government of Orissa remains fully committed to nurturing our spiritual heritage while building a Viksit Odisha that is prosperous, inclusive, and guided by timeless values. I am confident that this ceremony will touch hearts, deepen understanding, and reaffirm Odisha's enduring connection with the global Buddhist community. I must thank the MLA of this constituency, Amar Naik, and their entire team for the coordination and the effort to make this event is a historic one. I especially thank the self-help groups, Subhadra Shakti stalls, district administration, collector and their total team, SP and his total team for the effort you have made it. I think the monks, the guests, and any outsider who will come here, they will understand that we are not organizing, we are not calling outsiders, we are celebrating our Earth's born Padma Sambhava's day as our own. With these words, I wish the second Guru Padma Sambhava ceremony every success. Jai Jagannath, Om Mani Padme Hum, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for reminding us Odisha's role in strengthening the rooted values of Buddhism in the past, present, and future. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the juncture. We would be closing the session, but before that, I would be humbly requesting once again Ms. Wangmo to represent souvenirs to our chief guest, our Deputy CM and Minister Sir, and also Director Tourism, Honorable MLA, Honorable Collector and District Magistrate Jajpur. Can we have the souvenirs, please? Can we expect a round of applause, the kind of cooperation you have been showing throughout, everyone? Honoring Deputy Chief Minister of Odisha, Madam Prabhati Parida, for your kind presence, guidance and support throughout this program. Second Guru Padma Sambhava ceremony. Honorable Minister Sir, for your kind participation and guiding us throughout. Director Tourism, Shri Dipankar Mahapatra Sir. It's a beautiful statue, we can say, which will remind us about the sacred values. Ms. Wangmo Dixie and Mr. Richard Dixie. Director Tourism, Shri Dipankar Mahapatra Sir. Honorable MLA Barchana, Shri Amar Kumar Naik Sir. Lot of appreciation, indeed he deserves the same. This is the second ceremony and the kind of arrangement, the flawless execution. There is a book which will be inaugurated by Deputy CM Ma'am, Honorable Minister Sir, which is based on Buddhism and its values. May I request to bring the book? It's already there. Thank you so much. Thank you. I request everyone to please be seated, and to formally conclude this, I would be requesting His Excellency Jigme Rinpoche to kindly offer the vote of thanks.
It gives me immense joy, profound happiness, and what an amazing time we are having here in Udayagiri, in the heart of Odisha, celebrating Guru Padma Sambhava's legacy in this second year of Guru Padma Sambhava's peace prayer. The world at large is looking at us, and as a fellow Odisha myself, a Tibetan Orient, personally, it gives me greatest moment to have been here. I was here a month before, and led by the Balwant Singh and the whole team of Jajpur and Katak, and there was nothing here. And in 1 month's time, they made such a wonderful setup, incredible work, dedication and devotion. Everybody felt most welcome. I deeply thank everyone who's involved with this. I had the opportunity to visit Bhutan last month, and from the mouth of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Modi ji, he spoke about Guru Padma Sambhava. So it was incredible to see how important now Guru Rinpoche is becoming in the world. And we are very proud that Guru Rinpoche is certainly from Odisha. I understand that there will be a scholarly debate and deliveries on the academical front regarding what role exactly Guru Rinpoche played in Odisha and from Odisha to the world. Also, I'm happy to say that we are the living legacy of Guru Padma Sambhava. What you see here in this area as a monument of what the past has been, we kept it alive in our monasteries. So the continuation of Guru Padma Sambhava is still going on. Today, on this historic occasion, I would like to bring my heart to thank, on behalf of all participants here, Srimati Pravati Parida, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister. I know that your presence has put enormous weight to make this program even more important. And you have been the hand and the guidance behind the success of all this, what has been prepared in order to have a very smooth running ceremony. I'd like to thank Srimati Parvati Parida. Thank you so much from the depth of our heart. Also, Shri Surya Banshi Suraj, who is also the Honorable Minister of Odia Language, Literature and Culture. I know that you will have much more things to do, as we will have many academic papers to deliver in the years to come. And you are young and abled, and thank you for being part of this. So in short, I'd like to thank Shri Rabindra Nayan Bera, Shri Amar Kumar Nayak, Shri Balwant Singh Ji, Shri Vijay Ketan Upadhyaya, Shri Dipankar Mohapatra, Shri Ambar Kumar Kar, Shri Yash Pratap Srimal, Professor Purna Chandra Malik, and Dr. Subrat Kumar Prusti for all your effort and wonderful team making this a great success. And of course, this whole ceremony and this whole prayers, this whole gathering of monks who have come from all over the world, this is not just a Vajrayana initiative or Tibetan initiative. This is a world united of Buddhist world, all from Theravada to Mahayana to Vajrayana. It's incredible. Odisha in the past has played exactly this role. Theravada, Mahayana, Vajrayana all existed here in this ground. Now today we have the same group of people coming from different parts with a united voice, united heart, with one prayer that vibrates over the days here. And this whole thing wouldn't have been possible really without one person. I must mention that, whose dedication, devotion, enthusiasm, and whatnot is really incredible. Dr. Wangmo Dikshi, thank you so much. Without her, this wouldn't have become possible. She's been a really great partner to all of us. And in the end, I like to thank Oriya people, our local Oriya people here, who have been really supportive, very kind, very welcoming, and I feel really touched. We are all brother and sisters. No. Thank you so much. अपना ओडिया जाको सब धन्यवाद. हमारा ओडिया भाई ने जाको बेसी धन्यवाद दिउँछ आज एटी बेसी खुशी हैला हामी एटी आ सकरे हामी सातो मिसी करे अपनो बेसी योगदान देला बेसी धन्यवाद. आउ एटा पूजा चलेबो हर साल चलेबो एटी रक्यो भने हामी एटा पूजा र धारा एटा पूजा र बाट र ओडिसा र विश्व मंच र हामी नेकर जाइला आज सब दुनिया ओडिसा देखो छे इठी सिपाही मते बेसी गर्व अछि कि म हेले गोटे ओडिया पिला. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency. All right, so we would be now gearing up for the international conference, which won't be merely an academic gathering, rather it would be a spiritual homecoming, reconnecting Odisha to its timeless role as a beacon of wisdom, compassion, and enlightenment for the world. I would be humbly requesting our dignitaries to kindly go down the stage. The speakers, I request all the speakers to be seated. Our dignitaries, they can join us below the stage. The speakers are requested to be there on the dais. We would be starting with the international conference. Since we have the gracious presence of various speakers from different parts of our world, I request everyone to please remain seated. We would be starting the official conference session. The speakers have given their kind presence on the dais. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. We have the gracious presence of our speakers. His Excellency Jigme Rinpoche as the moderator, Dr. Frederick Moranwal, Prabir Kumar Patnaik, Dr. Anita Sabat, Lama Tenjin Samphel, Shri Rahul Ravi Rao, I request the organizing team to, if we can remove the extra chairs from the dais. We are thankful to our chief guest, Deputy CM of Odisha, Madam Prabhati Parida. We are thankful to Honorable Minister, Oriya Language, Literature, Culture, Sports, Youth Affairs, Higher Education, Government of Odisha, Shri Surat Suryabansi sir, Honorable MLA Barachana, Shri Amar Kumar Naik sir, Director Tourism, Shri Dipankar Mahapatra sir, Collector and District Magistrate Jajpur, Ambar Kumar Kaur sir, and other dignitaries.
Glad to say that His Eminence Jimmy Rinpoche is going to moderate this session, which means I'm going to hand the mic to him with a request that he introduces the speakers and then controls the length of the talk, because we hope each talk will be about 30 minutes. Then he will give a Tibetan translation summary of each talk, just for the Tibetans who are here. So if I may, Rinpoche, I'd like to hand over to you now, and we'll start the conference. Please. Thank you, Thank you, Rinpoche. So you can introduce the first speaker, but he's not even here. He's supposed to Frederick Moraval. Maybe introduce the second. Introduce the second one first. Okay. I'll try and get him, because the second one is just happening. He's a very fiery speaker. Oh, yeah. Well, no, you just introduce them. And then, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Richard. So, Greetings to everyone, monks, scholars, people from the Himalayas, our Oriya people. Today, we're going to start very soon the conference on Guru Padmasambhava. This is the second year, and there are really great many scholars who have come from different parts of the world to deliver their papers on the life and legacy of Guru Padmasambhava. Ani number so samalaya tangi pyoge nala dodu ji shugi ani ya mangpuchi kogi yuji mare chesan ta tale de ngaran so tang Guru Rinpoche ki malam thing niba chobegi kapla shola ya da Guru ko ki doling seya chik nani ni ta thing thangpo te chobre de la ya ani tanda ta thing niba dosini choya yimbre anti choya chedu anda ani chedu chik chilo kha mangpuchi ni ya kyawang ta ani loju shimjuba tindeta karochi peyore diring da sanyi nyimani giring la ya konan sogi ta joja joshi to Guru Rinpoche dan debi ki thone ani lekshe mangpochi to sinima soya imbre tindi inen namba samagi yago serona shwechik ta pyoge thon dodu jiti shubei. And so not to take too many times, but I myself had the opportunity to take part in the first Padmasambhava conference on the life and legacy of Guru Padmasambhava in New Delhi, few years back, organized by the IBC, International Buddhist Confederation. So I was one of the speakers there. I presented my paper on Guru Padmasambhava, especially relating to Odisha. Then, 3 years before, there was another conference on Guru Padmasambhava, where me and my fellow Oriya colleague Prabir ji and Dr. Sanita also, we were all there to present our paper. We didn't come as a team, but our agenda became one eventually. And so I'm delighted today, not as a speaker or one of the speaker. I'm actually the last one to speak of anything, but I'm happy to be a moderator. And even though that word and the meaning I don't understand fully, but I'll do my best as a moderator. So this is a very important significance to the development of Guru Rinpoche's life and legacy. What we are talking is not what Guru Rinpoche's life and legacy was in Tibet and in the Himalaya, because that is well documented and easily available, and most people know from the heart. So we do not need any attempt to re-establish Guru Rinpoche's life and legacy in the Himalayas, in the Tibet. What is important now is Guru Rinpoche in India, the origin, particularly Odisha. So I think our scholars will dwell more on this subject of Guru Rinpoche Padmasambhava in India, in the land of Odisha, his birth, his legacy, his lives spent in this region. And also another important point to touch is the cradle of Vajrayana. Odisha being the cradle of Vajrayana, there is enough document, enough evidence, but this is our attempt to put academical, scientific paper forward to lend in credibility. And I'm sure those who are on the dais here, my colleagues and friends, most of them have studied well, have made a good research, and we can all enjoy very much to their paper what they are saying today. And this can become a framework, a background framework for more development to come. And tomorrow will be another day, again focusing on the Tantra of Vajrayana Buddhism in India generally. So there are 2 days that we will walk through in this point. Ani ta peba number la shwe la kanda ani di ganzo pe la ya ani Guru Rinpoche kin jeba thile kande chang da ma chang da Himalaya, Jejulaya, Guru Bushikin, Zebatile, Kandichan, the Maja, Tinsukola, Dolling Mare, Kandis Dolling Gugi Yomar, Yonda Rava, Yonda Himba Maze Bigi, Nanzo, Fair Cheva Gita, Kanda Guru Namtada, Lola Yober Shadare, Chezada, Tercho Danda, Manguchi Tonea, Guru Namda, Jason Jeva, Mango Shui of Indi, Tikola Dolling Cheva, Jimzekora Chayo Mare, Tainaya, Guru Bushi Jagala Shudu. Condition shu kawa shu seyaji thoma ku kawa tum seyaji ta dinde tholaya ta tiri kasa pe me se donan chembo ji gi thone donan che dia daga mi samju ta iksha duruk che chiku mai ba thone sadam done sawon ni nye shawa gi nawe terje dinzu gi kha tha yong yo ba yin ta mi gi kha mara rangra chawa dashi chaware mado nesu sabaji se jini drup che di nesu mare din talen ta ngang de khewa maboji chilone peyore ursa rani kewan yore cheta de konanzogi ta 심주 망보 나한지네 아니 지 방부 다 망보 두제 망보 지 여베게 토네 아니 지게 문화 다펜다고 많이 버체네 다 지기 익샤지 샤네한디 마옹바다 림베 토네 익샤데 마로 침바인디 아니 녜보지다 템보지 용락 세보지 용토에게 레바 디기 베전 셰레 달랭이다 드롤링 드링다 사니 디인데 남아서다 지다 인지양 쟁에 매바 망보 유지를 땅 가도 달로 계줄기 아니 시라 고딕 슈투 마소 제산디 공개 매바 제체 빠라빠라래야 냐 지게 주투기 두는 주지 쇼이 난 상만 야고지 세로 나 쉐체 땅에 모두 쇼이 난다 마 개원 넘버서 so I will now bring to a brief introduction of today's speaker, not everyone but today's speaker. But I have to introduce first conference organizer. I can't do without that. Whether you like it or not. So you cannot escape. So Dr. Wangmo Dixie is actually the main person behind and idea and conference organizer. And she's a respected Buddhist leader, well-known Buddhist leader. Also, she's the director of the Light of Buddha Dharma Foundation International, which has done incredible amount of job. And recently we see in Bodh Gaya, where the Tripitaka meeting has swelled into 40,000 plus of people gathered from all over the world. It is making for more than 20 years, her dedication, her devotion. She is really considered mother of Dharma. Truly, thank you. And she's also main person behind for making this prayer of Guru Rinpoche really come to life in Odisha, now second year. Thank you again very much. Then Dr. Richard Dixie, which made just the opening and will be also making a closing session, also husband of Dr. Wangmo. He's a scholar, PhD from London University, and distinction in history and philosophy of science from London University. So a lot of achievement there. And he's also a practicing Buddhist for more than 30 years. So that is a very wonderful bridge. Academy and practitioner. I think that is very important. We have to have this angle, and very happy to have him among us today. And though he is not going to deliver his paper, but he will be making an important note from time to time regarding the whole event as it develops. Then our first speaker will be Dr. Prabir Kumar Patnaik. Dr. Prabir Kumar Patnaik is really one of the I would say legend as far as Guru Padmasambhava's story goes in Odisha. And Doctor is a former consultant with the International Labour Organization and a development researcher specializing in rural accessibility. So he has worked extensively across Asia, Europe, and Americas. Now, one of the most important things is today in Odisha, if there is a renewed enthusiasm and talk on the Guru Padmasambhava or the re-emergence of Guru Padmasambhava's importance in Odisha, I could say is one of the reason is him, Dr. Prabir, because he really worked for more than 40 years in a lot of research and also released his comprehensive book of Guru Padmasambhava. So he will be today presenting his paper on birthplace of Guru Padmasambhava, Odiyana is Odisha. Then second speaker today would be Dr. Anita Sabat, also very known to me. Oh, where is she? Okay. So Dr. Anita Sabat is a cultural researcher, writer and heritage advocate committed to the preservation and promotion of Odisha and India's rich cultural heritage. She is also instrumental in actually making this whole Guru Rinpoche's prayer and possible reality here in Odisha. She made a lot of good network on our behalf, and she's well connected, and she did her lot in making the event possible. And she's also a fellow Oriya like myself, and very adverse believer in Guru Rinpoche Padmasambhava, birthplace none other than Odisha. And so she will be speaking on exploring and establishing Odiyana Guru Padmasambhava's origin. That would be her paper. Then Lama Tenzin Sampel, who is my fellow Oriya Tibetan, lived in Orissa for many years. We also studied in the same Nyingma College. He did his doctorate from the Nyingma College in Nepal, and later he served as a professor at Sorbonne University in France, and he's been active in many fields of research. And Lama Tenzin is also very keen on the history and the Buddhism, related history in Odisha. So he would be invaluable, really, a speaker to this conference on the Odiyana, Odisha, and Padmasambhava. Then we have Dr. Frederick Moronval. Is it correct? Yeah. Dr. Frederick Moronval is a French Indologist and associate researcher at the Center for Himalayan Studies. His research focuses on Indo-Nepalese Buddhism, Vajrayana tradition, and the historical geography of Buddhist culture. So he has also published several books on Nevari tradition and the tradition that exists in the valley of Kathmandu. Also importantly, Tantric Buddhism. And most important of that is Odiyana and Odisha. That is the work that he has done. He will today deliver on the Odisha, the birthplace of Vajrayana. Then today's last speaker, if am I right? Last speaker today's will be Rahul Ravi Rao. Rahul Ravi Rao is a senior faculty member in the Department of Pali, University of Mumbai, and a PhD scholar in Buddhist education and culture. He holds, So he has a specialization in Buddhist archaeology and pilgrimage studies. And he has also published several books. I'm very happy to have you with us. And he will be talking on revival of India's best kept secret Buddhist cultural sites of Odiyana. So these are the speakers for today. And they will be really talking on the birthplace of Guru Padmasambhava as well as the cradle of Vajrayana relating to Odisha. Then I will be giving them 30 minutes for each of you speaker to begin with. I hope 30 minutes would be good for you, but we'll keep the little bit Tibetan style and Indian style, more or less. I will give you a ping before 3 minutes so that you are aware of the minutes. So 30 minutes is a lot because I have attended many conferences, I never got 30 minutes. So you have been given very good amount of time. We'll see. Ta konan so mirere kama sumjus to this fiore and tinala konan so ya kaya but the sumure and teaching out the which is Thank you. So the first speaker I would invite is Dr. Frederick Monroe-Wall. Dr. Frederick Monroe-Wall, please. Not this one.
Okay, I start. Let's see if we have the pictures, okay? If not, it's no problem. Okay, thank you so much to invite me to speak today in front of this honorable assembly. So all my colleagues and friends will all give precise explanations about their specific topics. So as I am starting, I will be quite general. And I will start to mention the relevance of our topic, that to establish the connection between Vajrayana, and especially Guru Padmasambhava, and the state of Odisha. It's okay, no problem if you cannot find it. I start anyway, okay? So, one of our main purpose in doing all these researches is to establish Odisha as a place of pilgrimage for the followers of Vajrayana. So, what is the importance of pilgrimage on the individual level? I think there are two sides. One inner side, or subjective side, and outer side, or objective. I will compare with one event in our ordinary life. When we visit the birthplace of our parents or grandparents, or even our own childhood house, or even the school where we have studied, like primary school. When we visit these kind of places, we feel moved. Inside, we feel gratitude because we remember the kindness of our parents, grandparents, or teachers, their love, their dedication, efforts to teach us something, their patience, and we feel gratitude. And the outer level is in that kind of place. Somehow their spirit, their soul are still there. Their intention to make us grow and to give us good attitude and ideas for our whole life is still there. In the same way, when we visit a place blessed by the founders of our tradition, spiritual tradition, we feel the same phenomenon. We feel gratitude, we remember their kindness, their teaching, and obviously their mind and intention are still present here and give us blessings. So those who have clear vision like our masters, they know that is the case of Odisha. And for all of us, other people, we need some evidence and research, and that is our purpose of all of us, the speakers of today and tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So, okay. So this importance of pilgrimage is acknowledged by every tradition and every branch of Buddhism, right? So whether we follow Theravada, Mahayana or Vajrayana, we all like to visit the places related to the life of Buddha Sakyamuni. Okay, Lumbini, Kapilavastu, Bodh Gaya, Sarnath, Sravasti, Kushinagar, mostly. Then, on top of that, if we follow the Mahayana philosophy and attitude, we also like to visit Gridakuta in Rajgir, right, where the Buddha taught the Prajnaparamita. And again, on top of that, if we follow Vajrayana, of course, we also like to visit the places related to the life of the Buddha and also Rajgir. But we also need a place specific to our tradition, Vajrayana. Mm-hmm. So, of course, what would be the place really specific to Vajrayana is Udayana. So, the importance of Udayana is very clear when we read the Vajrayana literature. So, for example, I'll give you some mention, like in Goya-Garbha Tantra, in the Sadhana Mala, and all this kind of text, we have the word Udayana appearing. For example, in the Sadhana Mala, we have mentions of deities like Kurukula of Udayana, Marichi of Udayana. And of course, we all worship Padmasambhava of Udayana. So this word Udayana is quite redundant. Even for the followers of the Dzogchen tradition in Tibetan Buddhism, there is Garab Dorje. Garab Dorje was also discovered in the lake of Dhanakosha, like Guru Padmasambhava in Udayana. And also, we already mentioned, our friends already mentioned King Indrabhuti of Udayana. So this redundant word of Udayana really makes us focus to locating Udayana. It's very important if you want to have a place of pilgrimage. So, of course, a very famous hypothesis about the location of Udayana is the Swat Valley in today's Kashmir in Pakistan. So, what is the origin of this hypothesis? From Professor Tucci from Italy a long time ago. And this theory has been repeated again and again by everybody, taken for granted. So let's see what are the evidence. As our colleague Professor Richard mentioned, there are no statues related to Vajrayana practice. But what is the basis of this hypothesis? There are two elements. First, the name of a place, Udyana, U-D-Y-A-N-A, which is a spelling which relates to a pronunciation quite different from Udyan. It's different, Udyana. Udyana meaning garden. So where do we learn about that place? From the Chinese pilgrim Xuanzang, 7th century. There are two elements in his travelogue. Uchangna, what he wrote, Uchangna, and according to his way to translate Indian languages into Chinese, it could mean Udyana with one D, okay, just Udyana. And he also mentioned magic formula, magic words. Then we might think, okay, he mentioned the use of magic words by some Buddhist monks in that place in the 7th century. He said ordained people, so monks, following the great vehicle, following the pure conduct, are not very learned, and practice the magic formula. So we might think, oh, maybe magic formula means the mantra of Vajrayana. But actually, if we read another Chinese pilgrim, Song Yun, from the 6th century, 1 century before, he also talked about Wu Chang and the magic formula of Polomen. So if we follow his transcription from Indian languages to Chinese, Polomen means the Brahmin caste. And so if we read his travelogue, we understand that these magic formula are not related to Buddhism, but are the magic texts and mantras of the Hindu Brahmins. So there is no mention of Vajrayana or Tantrayana in the two Chinese pilgrim travelogue. Then comes the Tibetan pilgrims, Orgenpa and Taksangrepa. So the famous Italian researcher Giuseppe Tucci published in 1940 a translation of the two pilgrimage accounts by Orgenpa and Taksangrepa. Orgenpa traveled to the west of Tibet in the 13th century, following the teaching from his guru, Ge Tsangpa. Then in the early 17th century, Taksangrepa, following his book, tried to find that place, Uddiyana. But even Professor Tucci, when commenting on this pilgrimage of Tibetan monks, he acknowledged that it's not clear at all where is the place, and they don't mention that they met Buddhist practitioners at all. So we are not sure if one of them really went to the place called Udyan or he had a pure vision. This is really not clear from their travelogue. No evidence. And on top of that, we know that by that time, the Gandhara area, including Swat, had been destroyed a long time ago, in the early 6th century, by the Shweta Hunas, the white Huns. So there is nothing very strong in the Tibetan travelogue of that time. And to conclude on the hypothesis of the Swat Valley, we can turn to geography and botany. If we take the famous prayer in 7 lines to Padmasambhava, Organ Yulkinu Chansam, Pema Kesa Dongpola, right? So, you want? Okay, Organ Yulkinu Chansam, Pema Kesa Dongpola. Then? They mentioned Padmasambhava arises on the lotus flower. And then second part of the prayer is about the circle of Dakini, right? So very basically, why not taking this into account, the lotus flower? The Swat Valley is 3,000 meters high in the mountain. In the winter, the water is totally frozen. And the lotus flower that we have in Asia needs a water not colder than 18 degrees. So just according to geography and climate, it's difficult to imagine lotus flowers in the Swat Valley. And second, we know King Indrabhuti, he took a boat. So we can take a boat on the river or on the sea. And yes, there are some small rivers in the Swat Valley. But he went in search of a jewel island. And on that trip, he found Padmasambhava on a lotus flower. So I didn't find a mention of a place where we can find jewels like diamonds in the Swat Valley, and it's difficult to travel by boat in these high mountains. Okay, so lotus flower cannot grow. We cannot really go by a big boat. There is no jewels and no jewel island over there. But in Orissa, There we have everything. We can travel by boat not only on the sea but on the Mahanadi. There is a place famous for 2,000 years for diamonds, Sambalpur or Sambalak, a different name across history, on the Mahanadi River in the western Orissa. And we have, of course, lotus flowers. I had very nice pics, but it's okay, no problem. So, these are simple elements. Of course, these are not evidence like a text or a statue, but we should not discard so-called prayers or legends. And they contain indications, and we will see more about this topic. Then, another element can be found in Hindu, Tantra, and Shakta texts. They mention also Uddiyana Pitha, like a holy place for tantric practice. We have also in Hevajra Tantra. And also in Shakta and Hindu texts, they mention Uddiyana in the list of the 4 main Pithas. In Hevajra, we find Uddiyana, Kamarupa, Purnagiri, Jalandhara. In the Sadhana Mala, Uddiyana, Purnagiri, Kamarupa, Srihata. And in the Hindu text also, we find the same names. And most of these names, they are located in either Bengal or Bangladesh. And also in the Hindu Brihanila Tantra, the god Jagannath, that we are going to mention also, has a consort called Bhairavi, goddess of Uddiyana. This is in the Hindu text. Also in the Kalika Purana, another Hindu text. Okay, I'm going to list all these elements without going too into the details because already we have taken 15 minutes. And all my colleagues will go deeper into their own preferred topics. So I remain quite general. Then I mentioned Sambalpur. Of course, it sounds like Shambhala, and there are some elements to consider this hypothesis seriously. Beside the Hirakud, like the island of diamonds, which is the name of the island, which is now just under the water dam in Sambalpur. Hirakud Dam is built on the Hirakud Island. Just nearby, as our colleague mentioned, there was the village of Padmapur, which is under the water. And there were 300 villages which are now submerged in the Sambalpur area. In the biography of King Indrabhuti in the 84 Mahasiddhas, biography by Abhaya Karagupta, Indrabhuti is mentioned as the king of Shambhala in the area of Uddiyana. And in this Uddiyana, there were 2 kingdoms, Shambhala and Lanka. And in the biography of Mahasiddha Lakshminkara, the sister of King Indrabhuti, she was supposed to marry the prince of Lanka. So we can be confused, this Lanka, because today we know only Sri Lanka, but actually Lanka has been the name of many places in India. And Sonepur in Orissa, just east of Sambalpur, in the 10th century, it is attested, it was known under the name of Lanka. And in that area, on the Mahanadi River, there is a sacred rock that people worship called Lankeshwari, the goddess of Lanka. It could refer to Lakshminkara, it's possible. It would make sense that Indrabhuti found Padmasambhava on the Diamond Island on Mahanadi in Sambalpur. The neighboring kingdom was Lanka, Sonepur. And the memory of Lakshminkara is still kept under the name of Lankeshwari. These elements have to be also taken in consideration. Now, other part of that list of bodies of evidence, Katak and Danya Kataka. On all these points, I refer to the works of Indian researchers, Indian scholars who are doing such a great work since many years. Dhyanyakataka, where the Buddha appeared as Kalachakra, right? Yes, we usually consider it is in Amaravati in Andhra Pradesh, but we didn't find any Vajrayana statues in Aravati, only statues related to Buddha Sakyamuni. And also, although there is a village called Dharani Kota in Amaravati, yes, of course there is the word Dharani, it's interesting. It's not mantra, it's just Dharani. So one possibility is that Dhyanyakataka was Katak, Katak today near Bhubaneswar. And we have to think of the similarity of the Sun Temple, Konarak, with all these astrological symbols on the wheels of the stone chariot, right? They are the zodiac signs as described in the Kalachakra Tantra. Also in Orissa. Another element which requires further research is the Jagannath, the Lord Jagannath. It would be good to inquire about the cult, the pujas done in the different Jagannath temples, and also the statues which are still available there. Of course, we all know about the mention of Lord Jagannath and the homage to Lord Jagannath by King Irabhuti in his own text. His own text that he wrote in Udiyana. He mentioned at the end of the text, this was written in Udiyana Pita. And the text starts with homage to Jagannath. This also has to be taken in consideration. Then, more broadly in Orissa, we find so many Buddhist sites. We discover every year new and new sites and statues, as you know so well, and we saw today on this very site. And my colleagues are going to talk about this in more details. So, another point is the 64 Yogini temples of Hirapur. Hirapur, again a city of diamond, is so redundant in Orissa. Right? Hirakud in Sambalpur. Hirapur, not far from here. In Hirapur you have the 64 Yogini temple in a circle. It reminds me of the 7-line prayer to Guru Padmasambhava. Surrounded by a circle of Dakinis. Born on a lotus, surrounded by a circle of Dakinis. When we visit Hirapur 64 Chausati, right? Chausati Yogini temple, we have both lotus pond and circle of Dakini. I don't mean Guru was born there, but it's so redundant. Now, if we move to other names of places, you have Tarapur, Padmapur, even a village is called Kurukula. And the Sadhana Mala gives the practice of Kurukula of Odiyana. So Kurukula is a place also in Odiyana. Marichipur, Vajragiri, Vidyarpur, possibly place of Vidyadhara, Buddha Bahal, Buddha Kol, also called Bodh, where there are still statues of Buddha still worshipped. And the river Virupa, maybe a coincidence, but it reminds us of Mahasiddha Virupa. And in the village called Chaurasi, means 84, maybe 84 Mahasiddha, we find the temple of today Varahi. Today's statue is a female deity with the head of, how we say in English, the pig, female pig. I forgot, sorry, the name. And the sow, S-O-W, Varahi. It makes us think of Vajra Varahi. And there are tantric images inside that temple. In the village called 84. Then another direction for research is the language, the linguistics. thanks to great Bengali researcher who discovered the manuscript in Nepal in the Royal Library of Kathmandu 100 years ago, the Doha, the Charyapada, the songs of realization of the Mahasiddhas. These are written in an old language. So some people will say this is ancient Oriya, ancient Bengali, ancient Maithili. At that time, the language landscape was different. But anyhow, it's not a language from Kashmir. We can be sure of that. And then, last point about the biographies of the Mahasiddhas. They mentioned the Karvira flower and Champaka flowers. They are also very much present in eastern India, not in high mountains. And then, about the very names of the Mahasiddhas who have connection with Odisha. Either they were born here, they learned, studied, practiced, or taught here for all their life or just a part of their life. The list is very impressive. First, we can take scholars from Mahayana. There were also Mahasiddhas, like Nagarjuna, who founded the monastery here, and Vasumitra, who converted a Hindu philosopher in the 5th century, and so on. Dignaga also lived in a monastery in Orissa. Dharmapala, his disciple, taught the Yogachara in Orissa. Dharmakirti, his student, also taught here and found a monastery in Orissa. Then for the Vajrayana masters proper, Vajraghanta, Darikapa, disciple of Lila Vajra, himself disciple of Lakshminkara. Virupa also taught in Orissa. Kanhapa or Krishna Charin, Sahaja Lalita, Gyana Vajra, Shavaripa, Sarapada, Kambalapada, Padma Vajra, who taught the Hevajra Tantra, Luipa, Lalita Vajra, who taught the Krishna Yamari. I saw today a very nice statue of Krishna Yamari here. His disciple Maitri Yogi, who was born in Mayurbanj, district of Odisha. Kukuripa, who was very close to King Indraboti. Gambira Vajra, Pitopa, who was almost finished.
You have 5 minutes.
Yeah, thank you.
Relax.
Yeah, I will do it. Pitopa, very important. He revealed the Kala Chakra. He was a master of yoga at Ratnagiri Monastery, Pitopa. Abhaya Datta or Abhaya Karagupta, born in the north of Odisha, and became the abbot of Vikramashila Monastery in Bihar later in life. And Avadutipa, Bodhishri, Naropa, they all studied at Ratnagiri. And to finish, Mandarava, consort of Guru Padmasambhava. At one point, Guru Padmasambhava told Mandarava to go to help the people in Nepal, Magadha, Zahor, Udiyana, and Kalinga. All these places are very close by. Now, to conclude quickly, I would say, I would talk to the people of Odisha. I'm sorry, I cannot speak Oriya language, but it's very rare in the world to be born or to belong to a place which has been so much blessed. And these blessings didn't come just by chance. It's thanks to the practice, spiritual practice and efforts of the Oriyan people of the past. So if you are Oriyan, you can consider your ancestors have been essential in the
based on my book. In grace and beauty.
I went to the Namdoling Monastery Golden Temple in Coorg, Bailakuppe. There I went, and wherever I went, they asked me where I am from, the monks of the monasteries. And everywhere, when I said I am from Odisha, they pointed to Guru Padmasambhav's statue and said, he is also from Odisha. So they all knew that Guru Padmasambhava belongs to Odisha. But still, when we say Guru Padmasambhava and when we explore and try to establish his real place of birth, and his place of Mahaparinirvana, then we are told that there is controversy, there is a debate. If you look on the net, on the internet, on online sites, you will find Swat Valley, Pakistan comes up as a search result. Where was Guru from? So, in order to change the perception, the wrong narrative which has been set, and it has been set for the last several years and no one had researched. Now that we have such a voluminous, comprehensive book thanks to Prabir Patnaik ji, then it becomes our duty to share about it, which we did, and we informed Professor Ravindra Pant, ex-Vice Chancellor, Nalanda University, and Professor Pant connected us with Dr. Wangmo Dixie and with Dr. Richard Dixie, and we spoke. We had online conference calls, we spoke on video calls, and then we spoke on phone calls, and so many messages, emails, everything was exchanged. Then we connected with our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, with our Culture Minister, and we are very happy they came here, and they were all very supportive. But till the end, like we worked on that, and then IBC, International Buddhist Confederation, they had the first Padma Sambhava conference in Navanalanda Mahavihara of Nalanda University on August 27, 28, 2024. And we were privileged to attend that. And our Jigme Getul Rinpoche, His Excellency was also there, along with so many researchers from around the world, and we discussed about Guru Padma Sambhava, and many were unaware of our diamond triangle. So we had proposed this diamond triangle Udayagiri for this reason, that this diamond triangle is a great heritage site of Odisha which should come into focus, and the ceremony should have Guru Padma Sambhava as the name, because that is a local name of Guru, though most of the people know him as Guru Rinpoche. And we are happy that LBDFI accepted that, and now that's how we have the name. So as a cultural researcher and writer, I feel it's very strange that we have to claim about such an important ambassador of world peace and someone who established Vajrayana and Tantric Buddhism worldwide, because the name, even the Sambhala, the name is there, it's well documented. We still have Sambalpur. Sambalpur is a district of Odisha, and Guru Padma Sambhava belonged to undivided Sambalpur, which is presently his place of birth is Jharsuguda, as you have seen in Shri Prabir Patnaik's presentation. But after that also people have doubts about that, like Dr. Frederick told in his presentation that we have Lankeshwari Devi, she is a goddess. Lankeshwari, Lanka Puri, that is a place again associated with Guru Padma Sambhava. So Raja Indrabhuti, the King Indrabhuti, who was his father, he belonged to Sambhala, and his aunt was Lakminkara, who belonged to Lankapuri Sonpur, and these places still have the same name. In fact, right now I am wearing a Sambalpuri sari. You can see, this is a Sambalpuri sari. The same name continues even after so many ages. So the name, when we take the name Udyana, Udyana, Uddiyana, Uddiyana, Oddiyana, Odiyana, Odyn, all these multiple spellings are there, but they all point to Udyana. But when we write about it on social media, people counter us saying it is in Swat, Pakistan. But how can it be in Swat, Pakistan when so many Udyana, everything relates to Sri Jagannath Ji's place, which is Lord Jagannath, the God of the universe, and he belongs to Puri, is the sacred Dham, Jagannath Dham. So this belongs to Odisha, and it is an earlier name of Odisha, Udyana. once we prove that Odiyana is Odisha, which is there in the 7-line prayer also, in the northwest of Odiyana, the 7-line prayer of Guru Padmasambhava belongs to, starts with that in the northwest of Odiyana. Northwest of Odiyana is Sambalpur, and it relates to Guru Padmasambhava. So we need to fix the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle. They are all lying around scattered, and such events give us an opportunity to share and make everyone aware. So if people do not know, then it is our responsibility and duty to share, because we don't want any controversy or debate, and it is for literary as well as historical, archaeological and all evidences.
Nyama Shambhala, Sen Shambhala, Shugi Yobata, Di Gavula in the Buddhi Imbata, Di the Nyesa Layata, Guru Muchikutumbata, Di such a layer, Padmapur sage, Drink Kasaya, Ming di Karantola Dugi Yobata, then in the Buddhigi, Chamsi, Lakshmi Karasaya, Dia, Nyesaki, Yavuchigi, Tumula Pevadilla, Lanka, Say Lumbati, Sony Purse, Di Taran Cha, de Vachik. Tindi Chadi Hores, that Tine March in any and Ratna Giri Laya and the Rana Girita Andudela Ne Sawasum Yodaban, Rana Giri Laya, and then Guru Michigi, Chita, Tini, you take the corner, send some Nasa so Shukchadi, you Uleran, Nashadua, in a Yata, Sanga Gordi, and then Gude Yamshe Nayada, send some Nayada, Lawa the Tushu Chabajan Nayada. Peche Chebachai Dani, Chiki sent some Judeo courses and Nosadi, Ratna Girira, number race. And Uda Girita Nazu, there's a Delayani, Gurumuchea, Chigi, Lomambuchi Delea, Shu Chine, and Koranzo Shesu Chigla, Guru Penitsu Pene, Tarkunyang, there's a dere, say, Chikon Shesu Chi, and the Yoba race, says, get it in the Chi turns on. The Morang Dorduna gets a terrain to Sheshu. So now I would like to call on our next speaker, Lama Tenzin Sampel. He will deliver his paper on Odiyana, Odisha, and Padmasambhava.
First of all, I would like to say namaskar to all of you. And I'm sure it's a little late now. You are tired, catching cold, so be careful. So I would like to say a few words according to my topic that I choose for this conference about Guru Rinpoche and about the relation with the Guru Rinpoche with Odiyana and Odisha, how it was related together in that sense. So, as we all hear from all the great speakers about the Odiyana and Odisha, and according to their way of making conclusion is more like Odisha, which is the Odiyana itself. So here, first I would like to talk about the Guru Rinpoche, how he appear in this world. In some way, Guru Rinpoche considered that he was born as a magical born from the lotus. This is the one way of saying how Guru Rinpoche was come into this world. So in another way, for example, like a tradition of the Kama, in the Tibetan tradition of the Vajrayana, and especially in the Nyingmapa the old school tradition, we talk about this true great way of explaining the origin of the Tantras and the transmission, that according to the Kama tradition and also in the Kilaya Tantra and the treatise of Guru Rinpoche on the Kilaya Tantra, which we call as a Purva Bhumna, the black Kilaya Tantra that is written by Guru Rinpoche in Nepal. In that way, according to the Kama, the oral tradition's way of saying the appearance of the Guru Rinpoche in this world, it says that Guru Rinpoche was born from the mother. The mother womb born. They don't consider Guru Rinpoche born as a miracle with the lotus and all. This is the one way of saying that how Guru Rinpoche was coming to this world. And then, according to the Terma tradition, such as a Kathang, and many of the revelation teachings, in their tradition, which is very well known, that Guru Rinpoche was born in the lotus. Neither he has a father or mother. He was born as a miracle. This is how we consider, mainly according to the tradition of Dharma in this way. And then also, in a few of the sources, such as Dujam Rinpoche religious history, it is also said that Guru Rinpoche appeared in this world, just descending from the sky and landing on the Mount Malaya, the meteoric mountain Malaya, which is situated in Sri Lanka. On that very mountain, it is said that Guru Rinpoche first appeared spontaneously, descending from the sky, and he appeared in that way. So there's a three-way, generally, there's a three-way of saying. In the same way, when we talk about the manifestation of Guru Rinpoche and all, it's a number we cannot count. How many different aspects of the Guru Rinpoche, not just only in our human world, but also in all the different 6 realms and everywhere. There's a lot of way how we consider Guru Rinpoche was come into this world. Because of that reason, so some of the speakers who say that Guru Rinpoche was attained the enlightenment in Viraja, in the Jajpur district, and also we found the Guru Rinpoche relic stupa just next to our few step way, where we can find the stupa of Guru Rinpoche and all. And also in the Tibetan tradition, when we talk according to the source of the Dharma tradition and all, though Shakyamuni has a 12 dit, at the end he passed into the parinirvana. And Guru Rinpoche, we only consider 11 dit compared to the Buddha Shakyamuni, because Guru Rinpoche attained the deathlessness stage. And there is no story according to that source. According to the Dharma tradition, we have no any narration where it talk about the passing away or parinirvana of Guru Rinpoche and all. So because of that, there's a many different way of saying how the Guru Rinpoche come into this world, and either he exists in a different way of born and all. This is talking because of the different manifestation and all. So as Guru Rinpoche is the same enlightened being as a Buddha, he can appear in any place, any time, different form, different name and all. This can be possible also. This we must have some kind of openness in that. Now, first, what I'm talking here with the Guru Rinpoche himself. The existence of Guru Rinpoche related with this land. The first proof that we have is the statue of our Lokiteshvara Padma Pani, which is here in this spot in the Udaigiri. On the back of this statue, with the consecration mantra, that what we call in Tibetan as a 5 great mantra of consecration, Sungchen Denga. With that mantra, such as a Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhava and all, then there is a mention of when he was traveling, when he came to Jagannath Puri, and the Mangchewa, the Kamenang, Tungidu, so did the Purvegi Chogorta, Guru Rinpoche, Tandanganso, Yangli Shula Shupe Kapsu, the Tata Karta, Purba Bumnas in eta, Ru Pema Sambawa, Ru Bima Mitra, Ru Parbo Shilas, Pendita Sum Yamdone, Tachidam Guru Rinpoche Tikapsu, Yangli Shuki, Pendita Asin, Guru Rinpoche, Penditaki, Saint Hoya de Tindicis, and it Tikapsu, Pendita Sum Yamdu Zomdu Kapsitini, the Purba Bumnas Chikti. Pura Bumna digi nangla tang indi kaustini Guru Rinpoche de ngalje yimba tang. Ta chungsa di chidang ugeng yuri yimba tang tidere yab tang yung tang tinde ki chen tu chasang yobaje tini tekengi tini Guru Rinpoche sende chine ta dinde chungsa changma shishab koshi te ta zo terma tang tini ngarang su chisi kore ta terma mare kama tang ani purbegi chogor nangla 때리든 발칼 목부기 나라 딘지 등교사를 나디 제마송 어 딘지 인사를 해서 다디 저거디 날지든 주기지 딘이 대단 차라 딘이 Guru Rinpoche 다 베나 갑지 딘좀 rinpoche 닝메 춘중나 서보나네 셰츠 찍라 Guru Rinpoche 딘이 리오 말라야기 째라 톡밥 즈페바레스 마 남칸이 마 밥이 영화 나신신의 페바나시 딘데지 숨고도와 딘데 갑스다 Guru Rinpoche 디 상제기 주바인데 코 지양 뒤찍라양 가와가서 간주 뒤찍라양 사샤 망부찍라 아니 남바 드라메라 망부찍 간에 중시바 인데 갑스 단다 콩나바 케바 가식 순데 가서 Guru Rinpoche 상제사디 단다 위라자 생야 사차 단다 자스푸르기 나데 나라 요 사차 데라 레 숭에 디니 양 단다 데라 간조 최대인지도 네 최대인 Guru Rinpoche 구둥기 최대레스네 딘데 콩나바 랍데지도 ang했으나 딘도 상만 Guru Rinpoche다 알게던 주게던 딘데기 저 왕부이도 딘데 인데 가서 딘데 강흥식 인식이래 딘데 딜라게 개와 민두스 딘데 지셔 중송 딘데 대단 차라다 Guru Rinpoche 등원에 나는 저 베베기 까마단 때문에 나는 망부 등거데 야랑기 개바 쪽이 딘데 Guru Rinpoche 거 숭샤와 두베 나딘데 야마딘데 토스토스 대바이 티타디 갑수 다 개체셔디 단다디 나랑서 우다이기리디 야스 델페스나 제렌시기 구 사니야 강바마 살아 눕데자 야 셴데죠 춤부지도와 어디기 꾸잡딜라 신난다 이니 데라 먼저 튜랍 게바 Guru Rinpoche 튜랍 랑게 갑수 부다기 Gupta inscriptions네 근데 이게 닝바기 뒤셔 Guru Rinpoche 튜랍 갑기 뒤셔 이게 닝바기 낭라 근데 쪼디 냥라 가르쳐면서나 나는 숭첸 댕아 되고도 숭첸 댕아 당 냠도 근데 디 요요라 Guru Rinpoche 챈다 또 상마 빼드마 삼바서 빼 세부 세장 되는거도 근데 가서 따디 나는 Guru Rinpoche 두제 뭐마 찍디 디차기도 디 힘받다 많이 봐 아니 Guru Rinpoche 디 오리사당 학파도 우다이기리 사자 딘도다 드라와침부 여바치 디네 누구도 삼아 디 당부기 두제 다우디 딘데지 나랑게 셰도라고 중송 디네 디당 차라 이바딜라 디네 pendita na girin chens ta pendita na girin chen di turap chuksum kap duredu turap chuksum kap ta pendita na girin chen khong chidang nalenda ge pendita che tini turap chuni kap su nalenda la tini khashigi te torshik chimbu tang yi kos tini khong namba changma drene tini orissa tang tini dara karsu gorta 우리사기 쪽당 야갈 로쪽이 쪽 망부지라 파 근데 파 드니 슈나도와 디 슈디 값수 단다 반라트나 펜디다 나기린진 세디 콩 단다 라트나 기리스네 나한테 단다 양 기리숨 여버다니 찍데 라트나 기리도 라트나 기리기 펜디다 나기린진세 콩으로도 다 콩기 남타르랑 라따 윤디 값수 되니 콩 되니 단다 디 뿌리기 자가나트 싱에 사디기 콩라 룽덴치네 다 계랑 별로 패고 예스 별로 패스나 아니 계랑라 두데 다 스템제 망부치라 팬 토기도 큐 별로 패고도 아니 개부치라 때네 벽이 개부치라 때네 계랑게 스템제 망불라 팬 토기도 별로 패고 예스니 근데 뿌리기라 자가나스기 되게 룽덴 나네 티네 콩 별로 패도 별로 패베 값수 림붕 다 사케체 림붕세여와 오 림붕기 다 지고르 죽숨라 왕외값 디값수 아니 림붕기 다디 가르쳐다 덴덴 슈네 라트나 반 펜디다 나기린체 별라 페 디니 별라 숨페도 테마 니와 디 페디 값수 디니 콩기 땅아 데 두기 룽발라 디니 가죠 빠르 따상라 빠르를 페기 인숨 디니 콩 빠르를 페네 빠르를 페네 디니 콩 딘데스야 당부 잡고 찍네야 주인승도 잡고 디스 구수 도부로 오지도 오 디니야 주인스 디니야 주디 값수 나가 레바다 람상 잡고디 네 규르네 빼 마시 샤예 칸나시 빼 침부지 차송 초강 침부 찼다 초강 침부 되게 나가 찍다 인데 가서 길들라 구르는 붙였더니 코르라더니 빼 마시베 아 파오당 카르데 망보지 콩 넘버 참마 초코르 숭에 시도 슈두스 디네 콩양 델라 페네 델라 슈네 초코르난데 제인스 어다디 콩기 로마딘 저기 콩기 로마디 콩 빠르를 페디 가서 콩기 로마 냠디 여바 된저기 콩라 간디슈네 데 빠르디 구르르부지기 내레 시기도 케라 구르르부지기 싱나나데 개 중송에서 가서더니 콘제 텐데 지원더니 다다 펜디다 나기린제 콩기 나 구르르부지 제송 초코르 난기도 초코르 데인스 텐데 송소 되니 야 딘데 있나더니 구르르부체 마임베기 아니 라마당 줍줍 짜친부들이 신다게 빠르기 잡고 난 제송에 송데 가서 딘데 콩게 구르르부체 대망부 제송 소컬라 대바이 빼마시베 진압 친부당 까바상부 시다 중송 딘데 송도 딘데 가서 다 되게 가르땡이 됐으나 치스 거라고 딘이 야가르기 펜디타랑 디양 오리사기 펜디타 임바 콩라 띠는 구르부친기 아니 가르스부터 시나인데 빠돌라 시나 중과 디 거지레도 다 디다 냠도 양 단다
스카마틱 뜻이 스카마틱
상계 공부스 단다 부다 굽다 시도 상계 베바 스타디 야가르기 디 펜디타 지레도 줍톱 지레도 콩 드랍 주드인 게 까브리샤 콩양 아니 네골라 도네 만조 카르나타카네 데파 방갈라 페디 가서 람가네 디데 추 윤디 가서 뿌리라 렙도 콩 뿌리라 페디 가서 디니 콩 남라 시기네 게문데 쇼 락바게 디데 락자 디데 방구치 디데 제어서 콩 디시디 가서 디니 콩을 로마드기 라마키 간지먼주 기자시에 디데 방구치 키 가리 제기도 키 가리 남기 유스 디니 시디 가서 디니 콩게 나 남칼라 구르르 부체 당한테니 둡톱 루이바다 구르르 부체니 남칼라 제송다 콩 남냐마가 까뮤시기 예스 기자시기 예스 디니 오 딘데치니 된다 디니 디 루이바당 구르르 부체니까 오리사랑라 제바디 가르땡거 그랬으나 콩니가 우리사단 제와 예바다 우리사단 드니 디 페마스베 가르스고 마사 제와 친구 예바지 땡기도 상부다 네기 탑쇼들라 가르쉬에스나 the last conclusion what I would like to say is when we talk about the Odiyana as a land of Guru Rinpoche according to the Tibetan way when we say the Madhya Desh the central India, what we call as a noble land of India. We consider this central India geographically and spiritually. So in the same way, when we talk about the Odiyana land, we cannot say Odisha is Odiyana, not other. We can't say, because many of the travelers who went there, if we look at their record, the way they went, they say Jalandhar, they say Taxila, they say Peshawar, they say Kashgar, all is record. We cannot ignore to say, no, this is not true. We cannot say this is not in the dream. We cannot say this is in the vision. They give very detailed way how they went into the land of, which is the Swat Valley. So in this case, in my case, through my approach, what I understood is geographically, Swat Valley could be a Odiyana, according to the traveler record from Indian master, from the Tibetan master and all. And then this Orissa place, we can consider Odiyana place spiritually. The region of the Orissa is Odiyana in that case. Because we have all this artifact, all this divinity, everything shows that all this deity that is finding is none other than the deity of the Odiyana. All the Odiyana deities, such as Marichi, Kurukule, Vajra Yogini, Vajra Barahi, all this very particular related with the Odiyana is all found in this land only in this case. So this is what I can say, that we must consider both. Like a Guru Rinpoche has a miracle born and a worm born, in the same way, we have to consider geographically and spiritually as a Odiyana land, Odisha in this case. And thank you very much for everybody. And thank you to have this occasion to Mrs. Wangmo Dixie and Richard Dixie. And also, I would like to say thank you for Lama Sonam Tashi this time, who organized and tried to make this, how do you call, the celebration of the Guru Rinpoche talk and all. And thank you for everybody, and thank you. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much for your extensive and intensive work on the Guru Rinpoche's birthplace. So also he has already spoken in Tibetan, I don't need to translate. Our last, now good news, the last speaker. The objection is that Tamadi, Trigonda Tamadi, and Dijela Lamsa Shila. Oh, Shila, that's Google is that. And Dijela Rikshung Tabden Jihoresa. Rikshung Tabden, the Kalanisu Kechik Sierra also. She said, and Chunata Rikshung Tabden Taki Shila trying in the Yabudua, Tio Marta. Okay, so we are coming back to our last speaker for this evening, Rahul Ravi Rao, who will deliver on Revival of India's Best Kept Secret, Buddhist Cultural Sites of Odiyana. Please.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Om Mani Padme Hum. Respected monks, delegates and the audience, I'm happy to be here to present my research paper on the topic of revival of India's best kept secret Buddhist cultural sites of Odiyana, a study. So the introduction is in Pali literature and Buddhist literature. We come across ancient names of today's Odisha, such as Utkala, Kalinga, Tosali, Odvisa, Udiyana or Odiyana. Udiana is a historical and cultural Buddhist site where we come across all the three prominent Buddhist schools and trace the evidence through archaeological findings as to how it transformed from Theravada to Mahayana to Vajrayana and developed on a larger scale in the eastern coastal area. The teaching of Buddha, which resembles and promotes education and culture across the region, were taken forward by bhikkhus and bhikkhunis as missionaries so that they reach people outside of Majjhima Desa. Thus, we see abundant Buddhist sites that thrive across present-day Odisha as we directly get references of two merchants, Tapassu and Bhallika, resident of this ancient location, who travel with huge caravans to spread the business by earning in exchange of grains. Therefore, the teachings of has reached this land. Later, the transformation of the teaching was embedded by none other than Emperor Ashoka himself at the Kalinga, which is now today part of Odisha. This region is a blend of all religions, therefore we see huge development. Next. It's wonderful smiling Buddha.
We cannot really bring that figure, that personality into our toolbox. Yet, we have to be also applying the modern procedure, what is the established procedure of scientific and material evidence and oral traditions and all of this putting together. I think sooner or later we would come and arrive at a more agreeable point. So it's been a very wonderful talk this evening, and tomorrow we look forward for other speakers to really talk about the cradle of Tantra or Vajrayana Buddhism, which is Odisha and India at large. So again, thank you all, everyone, very much. Good evening. So I'll give back to you, please, madam.
Thank you, His Excellency. Thank you, our eminent speakers, for their valuable experience sharing and giving insights. Ladies and gentlemen, when we are formally concluding this conference for today, it will be continued tomorrow. Time has arrived that we would be showing a token of gratitude and love in the form of souvenir. So I would be requesting Ms. Wangmu and Mr. Richard to present souvenirs to our eminent speakers. If all of you permit, we can start with moderator himself. His Excellency Jigmet Rinpoche. Kwan, I was expecting, मैं उम्मीद कर रही थी थोड़ा सा जोरदार ताली आएगा अभी. We need some good energy because अभी कुछ cultural performances भी है. Dr. Frederick Morenwald. Dr. Frederick Morenwald. Prabir Kumar Patnaik ji. Prabir Kumar Patnaik ji. Dr. Anita Sabat. You can come to the center for a good capture. Excuse me. Lama Tenjin Samphil. Lama Tenjin Samphil. Last but not the least, Sri Rahul Ravi Rao. Sri Rahul Ravi Rao. Thank you so much. So with this, we would be seeking some time from all of you so that we can clear the stage for cultural performances. Meanwhile, I will take you through the very first cultural performance. आज की शाम में, आज के संध्या में सबसे पहले जो सांस्कृतिक प्रस्तुति आपके सामने हम पेश करेंगे, उसके बारे में मैं थोड़ा सा आपको बताना चाहूँगी। सबसे पहला जो एक्ट, कल्चरल एक्ट आप देखने वाले हैं, द वेरी फर्स्ट एक्ट विच यू आर गोइंग टू विटनेस, इट्स अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ 2 डांस फॉर्म्स। ये 2 नृत्य मिला के, जैसे हम फ्यूज़न की बात करते हैं, दिस इज़ नॉट एग्जैक्टली फ्यूज़न, बट 2 शास्त्रीय, एक शास्त्रीय नृत्य, एक सामरिक नृत्य, उसको मिला के ये जो अनोखी नृत्य आपके सामने हम पेश करेंगे, उसके बारे में बताना चाहूँगी। The 2 dance forms which we have thought of combining and showcasing you, that is Malakham and Odissi. As all of you are aware, Odissi is the most ancient traditional dance form originated from Odisha. Let me tell you, श्री जगन्नाथ महाप्रभु जी के सामने देवदासी जो होते थे, जो ladies who used to offer this dance form, Odissi, विभिन्न पारंपरिक कथाएं, विभिन्न लोक गीत या लोक कथाओं पे बेस करके, पुराणों से प्रेरित होके नृत्य के माध्यम से श्री जगन्नाथ महाप्रभु के सामने, जैसे बोलते हैं ना, हम प्रसाद देते हैं, ऑफर करते हैं, सो काइंड ऑफ दैट एक्ट वाज एन ऑफरिंग, सो दैट इज ओडिसी। एंड द सेकेंड डांस फॉर्म इज ऑल अबाउट मलखम. That is a combination of 2 words, Malla and Kham. Malla means wrestlers, Kham means pole. The origin of this dance act, I must tell you, it was believed that there was a king, एक राजा जिनको हम काला पहाड़ करके बुलाते थे, काला पहाड़ उड़ीसा में, Black Mountain. He was trying to steal Lord Jagannath, the holy Lord of all the Odia devotees. So, in order to protect that precious Vigraha statue of Lord Jagannath, Ma Subhadra, Lord Balabhadra, Naga sadhus who were used to believe as warriors, they came to Puri temple. वो पूरी मंदिर आए थे श्री जगन्नाथ जी के टेम्पल में. वहाँ पे जो पुजारी थे उनको सिखा रहे थे मल्लखम डांस. जो मंदिर का पोल होता है, जो खम्भ होता है जिससे मंदिर बनता है या मंदिर टिका हुआ होता है, उसको पकड़ के डांस के माध्यम से, मतलब वो पहले डांस नहीं था, इट वॉज अ यू कैन से मार्शल आर्ट, बट लेटर ऑन उसको फिर डांस के फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर दिया गया. सो you will witness a very different kind of unique blend of Odissi and Malakham. Odissi, which is a perfect blend of gesture, posture, mudras, and totally traditional, whereas Malakham, it will show you some brave moves and balance act of balance, bravery, all this thing will be showcased. And we have combined these 2 dance form. We will showcase the journey of Gautam Buddha. The life of Gautam Buddha will be showcased through Odissi, through Malakham. This is such a unique attempt. एक बार जोरदार ताली होनी चाहिए for all the artists. I believe they deserve round of applause because they would be daring to showcase journey of Lord Buddha, for whom we all are here today. We all are connected. So on that note, 2 institutions. First, Nritya Naivedya and Fet Fighters. Nritya Naivedya belongs to Bhubaneswar, a traditional group, and they usually show Odissi dance form in Odisha, India, and in other countries. Backs, kind of accolades and lot of appreciations. And about Fet Fighters, I must mention, they are the trendsetters. Fet Fighters, the name combination of fate and fighters, who do not believe in fate, rather they fight to achieve what they deserve. And I must mention that They are winner of reputed reality shows, various reality shows pan-India. And of course, they are here today. They got this platform. They got amazing audience like you. So I'm sure you will enjoy this tale, this dance tale, the life journey of Lord Buddha through Malakham and Odissi. You can see the young wrestlers. They are bringing the properties. Can we encourage them with more, round of applause? थोड़ा सा और ज़्यादा तालियाँ. छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं जो आपके सामने एक अनोखी नृत्य पेश करेंगे अभी. So let's enjoy this. And the choreography has been done by Shri Prabhat Kumar Swain. Over to Nritya Naivedya troupe and Fed Fighters. Thank you.